hotel suite, and all of a sudden a drunk driver comes out of nowhere. Smash! 3 lives are taken. You say, how can that happen? Little boy watching Saturday morning cartoons, eating his Fruit Loops. And then outside there's a car screaming by, and it's a drive-by, and the first bullet catches the kid. So how can that happen? There was a tower, and it just falls over, and 18 people die. There's one mad politician, and he sacrifices this people. You ain't better than them. There is sin in this fallen world, and we all feel its effects. It might not even be your sin. And that's how Jesus takes the current tragedies of his day. He doesn't get all worked up about each one. He simply says, of course things happen. You think that's bad? This is bad too. Proverbs chapter 22. King Solomon's walking through the graveyard. And he says, I've seen rich people, I've seen poor people, I've seen kings, I've seen slaves, but they all end up here. All have sinned, and they end here. In Ecclesiastes 9, he says, the battle doesn't always go to the strongest. The race doesn't always go to the fastest. The promotion doesn't always go to the wisest. But time and chance, we all fall. The day you break God's command, the day sin enters this world, death enters this world. You ever meet somebody and go, man, they're godly. You see them on TV, the radio? They're godly. They're anointed. And then you wonder, when there's some big scandal, and they're living a double life. You say, no, how could they fall into that sin? How could they be such a hypocrite? I mean, we've seen story after story like this. I'll tell you how it's not a mystery to me. Temptation is, well, very tempting. You ever try and fast? I'm going to fast for 4 days this week. 4 hours later, like, I'm going to fast for 4 hours this week. I am done with donuts. Then you come to RC and like, I am done with croissants. I'm going to eat that donut. One more won't hurt. It's hard. Because sin is pleasurable. It's enjoyable. It's good for a season. And then the consequences come. But it tricks us. It lies to us. And we've all fallen into it. Let me tell you another hard line. Your suffering isn't special. It's too bad that Herod killed those people, but it's also too bad that that tower fell on people, but they're not special. Helen Keller said it like this, that this world is filled with suffering, but it's also filled with people overcoming. Your suffering's not special, but here's what is special, how you respond to it. Yeah. I'm looking at a group of people that, a lot of people in this world have been addicts, but not everybody recovers. A lot of people in this world were down and out, but not a lot of people bounce back. A lot of people in this world got offended by church and offended by pastors, but you came back and forgave, and you keep getting back up. It's not uncommon in ancient Rome for people to get crucified. Jesus got crucified, and there's 2 guys right next to him. What are their names? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Because it was so common. It's like traffic tickets back then. 2 malefactors just next to him. This guy stole some stuff. This guy was in a riot, whatever. It was common to suffer on a cross. But it wasn't common to forgive those that were torturing you. It wasn't common that somebody would be raised up from the dead. We all fall. That's not special. Don't be defined by your suffering. Be defined by your overcoming. I used to